Have you ever noticed that the harder you work on your business, the more out of control it seems to become? More meetings, more decisions, more fires to put out, but somehow less progress. That's exactly the problem Traction was created to solve. Instead of another collection of business ideas, this workbook gives you a practical system built around 6 key components and a weekly operating rhythm that's helped thousands of companies regain control. If that sounds like the business you're trying to build, the exact system is in Traction. The link is in the description. So where does everything usually start to break down? Maybe your leadership team isn't truly aligned on where the company is headed. Maybe you're not convinced everyone is sitting in the role where they can actually succeed. Maybe important decisions are still being made on instinct instead of clear numbers. Or perhaps the same problems keep showing up in every meeting without ever disappearing. If you're trying to build a business that runs consistently instead of constantly reacting, subscribe. This channel breaks down one practical workbook like this every week. The first domino is vision. When every department has its own picture of success, people work hard but pull in different directions. That quiet drift wastes time and energy on priorities that don't move the business forward. That's why the vision component gives you the Vision Traction Organizer, a simple framework that walks your leadership team through the exact questions needed to get everyone moving toward the same destination. But once the destination is clear, another problem quickly appears: the people responsible for getting there. A business can have a great vision and still struggle if the wrong people are in the wrong seats. Someone may be talented, but sitting in a role that doesn't fit their strengths, while leadership keeps relying on gut feelings instead of measurable performance. Those small mismatches compound until they become leadership problems. The workbook gives you the people analyzer, the accountability chart, and a weekly scorecard, so you can evaluate both people and performance using real data instead of assumptions. If you've ever discovered that someone wasn't actually in the right role after months of frustration, let me know in the comments. That's one of the most common patterns growing businesses run into. Even then, one more obstacle keeps everything stuck. You can have the right people and the right numbers, yet still watch the same issues appear every single week. Instead of solving problems at the root, teams often talk around them until they become permanent distractions. Those unresolved issues slowly choke execution because everyone spends more time reacting than improving. That's exactly why the workbook walks you step by step through the IDS process. Identify, discuss, and solve, so issues are dealt with permanently instead of recycled into next week's agenda. Once that's working, here's what happens next. The solution has to become repeatable. Without consistent processes, every employee performs the same task differently. Quality changes, customer experiences become unpredictable, and speed depends entirely on who's doing the work that day. The workbook hands you a 3-step process documenter that helps capture and standardize the way your business operates, so consistency no longer depends on memory or individual habits. But documented processes alone don't create momentum. This is where the final component comes in. Many businesses create excellent plans that never make it into real weekly results. Without a regular execution rhythm, strategies stay trapped on paper, while another quarter slips away. The workbook gives you the exact structure for setting 90-day rocks and running level 10 meetings, so priorities are reviewed, measured, and acted on every single week, instead of being forgotten. And that's really the heart of the entire system. Without a shared vision, people naturally drift apart. Without the right people in the right seats, execution slows. Without solving issues at their root, they keep returning. Without documented processes, consistency disappears. And without a weekly rhythm, even great plans never become real traction. This workbook connects every one of those pieces into a practical system you can follow step by step. If you're ready to stop firefighting and start running your business with intention, Traction lays out the entire framework. The link is in the description. Thanks for spending these few minutes with me. I hope this helped you see why so many businesses struggle long before they realize what's actually causing it. If you'd like more breakdowns of practical business systems like this, I'd love to have you back for the next one.